What's happening, everybody? We're here. We're doing it. Let me see. Let me hit this button just to make sure, because it always does this little crazy thing. But what's going on, everybody? Good to be live. Good to be back. I know that I've done GRG and I've done Fight Night, but I haven't done a video yet. Um, oh, what's going on here? Let's see. Says Let me hit this refresh just to make sure, because it says I had an excellent connection, but then I don't see the picture. So let's see this now. Let's see. All right, we're here. We're here. All right. Had to make sure. I had to refresh. All right, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? Good to be back. Doing some talking some games, talking some games. I was going to do a video talking about the stuff with the Capitol, but then something was wrong with my OBS, and so maybe it was a good thing because I probably would have made a lot of people mad, which I don't really care about that. I just wanted to give my opinions on it, but it's the best way to do it is to get back and start talking about games. But I want to talk about this. I want to address this. It was good news. I was knocked out sleep because I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition all damn night. I just enjoy it. So like I said, while I got this time off, I can enjoy to pick up on some games. And I don't know what it was. I know that when I bought the game, I really enjoyed it, and I was like, man. But I think maybe Shadow of Mordor, or maybe it was Forza Horizon 2 that came out around that same time, and then I never went back to it. What's going on with you, Manuel? All right. So anyway, let's get to it, man. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, that like button. And man, let's share this out because I'm not going to be here too long, but I want to get it. Um, but anyway, it was really cool seeing the news when I woke up and I seen it and I was like, whoa, what's going on here? What's happening? I was like, oh, good news. I seen Megatron post something and it was like, oh man, what? An indie? Okay, all right. But see, what I didn't pay attention to was the fact that it was made from Bethesda, because there was something that we was talking about. I believe we was talking about it on Fight Night, just the other night. Was talking about like pretty much like Marvel games and about we did talk about it on GRG where we was talking about certain games getting exclusivity and things like that. Like, if would Xbox ever go into the same route of getting a superhero like Sony has Spider-Man, things like that. What's going on with you, Henosis? Um, oh, awesome news watching in Australia. And so I was basically looking at it as one of those things. Shout out to the people out there in Australia, brother. Um, I could Xbox make this move? Could Xbox do something like that? They should. A lot of people think they should. A lot of people don't. Not really caring because it turns into always what it always turns into, a fanboy talking point. But what's going on right here with this is really huge news. What's going on with you, Elite? Um, and I'm gonna just say this right off the bat. Personally, I hope this game is exclusive. I hope this game is exclusive, just for the mere fact that, let's just get this out the way. Sony fans will not, well, I should say the Sony fans, but the stands, some of the media will not, it doesn't matter how good, it won't matter how good this game will be. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're not going to give this game any more credit or praise than what they do for what they have and what they've done with Cyberpunk. I'm sorry. What's that, Cyberpunk? I'm sorry. I'm over here looking at looking at this thing right here. No, from what you call it. And why is this dude on here? See, get out of here. Get out of here. See, I knew I shouldn't have went to stupid Fox News thing. Well, that was just the first thing that popped up, so I wanted to show this anyway. Um, and so anyway, so basically, um, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about the gamer score. I'm not worried about any of that because once if this game comes out to be exclusive, what this does is what this will be is this game is not going to it's going to be about Metacritic score. It's going to be about this. It's going to be about that. It's going to be about everything else. And we already started to see that there's always lines being drawn where this game is basically being judged by Uncharted. Listen, this is the GOAT. This is the GOAT right here. This was what inspired Pitfall. So I don't get this whole narrative that's already getting started from some people that this game is basically, oh well, they want to have their Uncharted is the last game that should be brought up, if anything. Tomb Raider was inspired by this. When you go back and you look at what Uncharted was supposed to, what Uncharted was first name was before it actually had its name Uncharted, it was Bro Tomb Raider. It was the Bro Raider. So Tomb Raider got its inspiration from this game right here, Indiana Jones. And Indiana Jones has been a game that's been out for that's come out on multiple consoles a million times. You had those Lego games. You also had the one game that I know for certain that came on the 360 and the PlayStation 3. It was a third person game. It didn't really drive that well. A lot of people didn't really talk about it. But what up, Jazzy? What's going on with you? Game Down Sites, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? But this is my thing overall. I personally want the game to be exclusive. I do. If it's not the end of the world. Thank you, Henosis. He said this dude's brighten up my day. No, I mean this is great news. See, again, this is what this is all about. Is that we know for certain there's no questions if Sony has any marketing rights to it, if it's a 1 year exclusive on Sony, if this is going on everything else except for Xbox. We know right now that Xbox is going to be the primary holder of this game because of that purchase, of this purchase of ZeniMax. Everything I posted it earlier today was just basically saying, look, the more and more we're finding out about this purchase between Microsoft and ZeniMax, the better it's looking for Microsoft going down the line. It makes Xbox look. It's going to make Xbox a lot better. Even if this game is or will not be. If this game is an exclusive, this is an absolute win. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm telling you guys now, don't pay attention to that crazy narrative about the Metacritic score because it seems like there's only certain people that only want Xbox games to become an 80. Their better games are 80. The max that they seem like the ceiling that they have is to a 90. 90 to they'll give the platformers or the games that they'll give a platform. They'll give Ori and Forza they'll give Forza really good ratings, but they're just the actual just games. Nah, they ain't gonna do that. Then it's not gonna do it. I don't see it happening. I don't care if it happens. If it's 100, I don't care. I don't care about the Metacritic, and you shouldn't either. It's all about the experience of the game, and if the game comes out and it's gonna blow minds. And if you played any of the Wolfenstein games, they're great. Now, of course, a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of the kind of that. It's its own game with the two daughters. Me and Don was playing it for a little while. We need to get back and finish that game. I enjoy it, but a lot of people didn't get it because it's not as impactful as what Wolfenstein has been for the previous game. So I could totally understand that. But what's going on, Deshaun? What did you say? You said Xbox got games coming. Oh yeah, y'all gonna regret the bullshit y'all talk. Keep that same energy. Xbox got no games. Remember? Oh no, that's the whole point of this. It's a win regardless. It is an absolute win. We know that this game is going to get. This is what's going to start bringing gamers and going to excel Game Pass even further to what it's at, to where it's at. This game comes right here is already going to be available on Game Pass, even if it's a multi-plat. Because the only reason why I look at it is that it could be a multi-plat is because Disney's behind it. And now I understand people say, well, what about Spider-Man? Sony owns Spider-Man, the movie rights, I believe. While Disney owns everything else of Spider-Man, the comic books, the games, all of that. But that's just a relationship between them, and they kind of want that relationship to go to fit into the narrative of their movies with the MCU. So you can kind of see that. So Sony has a little bit of leverage right there. But this is just it's just different. Could it be just a really good relationship? See, I really do think that Disney, um, It's going to start making these games look, because Sony can sit there and grab a couple of games too. I seen somebody make a post and say, could you imagine the team that worked on Ghost of Toshima? I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but Sucker Punch. If Sucker Punch would work on another Star Wars game that was on the same level as what Respawn did with the Fallen Jedi, that would be amazing. That would be great. I think that now I think like Battlefront will still continue to be with EA, but I think after the whole situation with Battlefront 2 and how that all festered up and came out, I think what will happen is that they just decided, well, look, let's just venture out and let's just kind of put our games everywhere. And if they have a negotiation to where all these games are going to be third party, that's great. But this is the thing that's where Xbox gets that, and this is what we've been talking about with Game Pass. You have a choice. You can go buy it on PlayStation, yeah, for $70. Game Pass, you pay that fee, you drop that so card what everybody was making fun about. Oh, you just put that dollar in. Oh, I can get games for $1. That goes a long way, especially when people's money is stretched. There's a lot of people out there waiting for them stimulus checks, Jack. So it's one of those things to me where and also that Disney also has another that they're bringing Indiana Jones back, I do believe. Matter of fact, I think I just seen something like that in the chat. Yeah, Jazzy, you just say it says movie. Are they gonna do something with the Disney Plus as well with Indiana Jones? Yeah, I don't know, but regardless, this is the thing. When you look at it from a consumer point of view, from you just looking, not caring about the whole gaming world and things like that, when you look and you see you have these options. You have you have the Xbox Series S for $300, and they'll give you, and you can get Game Pass, and they'll have bundles, and you can get these games. You see all these games for free, and then you see a game like this, Indiana Jones, day one on Game Pass. It's over. It's over. As a consumer, as a person just with anything, that's just think about this for anything other than outside of gaming. You go somewhere and they offering you something that's new, that's coming out. Let's just say that, okay, let's just say like for the Wonder Woman thing. Yeah, people are paying for their cable bill or paying for their app service for HBO Go or for HBO Max or whatever. True. But it still feels free that you got to see Wonder Woman and didn't have to go to the theaters and spend, because you're not, because most people don't go to the theaters alone. So therefore, for how, movie theaters are expensive. So therefore, you now have to pay tons of money to go to the theater to go see Wonder Woman. And then however your reaction is, I will leave that for another day, another topic. But you can look at this as a situation to where it's just like that. See, that's what's the funny thing about stands is because they always want to put gaming way out there. They don't want to talk about gaming is something different than everything else when in all actuality it's not. It's not. Everything it's just the business. It's just that because our love for gaming, let me put this back down. I need to get off of this Fox business. But anyway, I just wanted to hold the picture because I just didn't want to go through my PC and do all this other stuff. I just wanted to have a picture of Indiana Jones. That's it. Let's go, Indy. That's all right. So it's more the thing for me is like that's what it's all about. It's you you getting the money. I mean, you feel like you're saving money when you have all of these. Even if you're paying money monthly for something, or if for me, when I get Game Pass, or if I'm paying for something on for PSN or something like that, get it for a year or something like that. You still feel the benefits of those free games that you get, even though they're not technically free. It's just like with Disney Plus right now. At first, Disney Plus, well, my wife, she loved everything about it. So of course it was fantastic, everything on there. But I looked at the benefit of it because they had Gargoyles, the old X-Men, the old Spider-Man animations and things like that. And now people are starting to see its worth and its value because a year in is because of The Mandalorian and other shows that's going to be coming on to it. And that's what Game Pass has done. And remember when Game Pass first came out and everybody thought it was failed, it was over. All the thing that was going to do was just put in filler. Remember that? Remember that energy, ladies and gentlemen? Remember that? Well, look at what's going on right now. Does this game look? Do you think that this Indiana game that's going to be fun, that Disney is out here going to put out in the public, you think that's going to be a filler game? A AAA game made by a strong developer who has done great work with their games. Do you think that's going to be filler for Game Pass? That's where the winning ticket is. So again, like I said, I at the beginning, I do want this to be an exclusive. I don't know if it will or not. I don't know. Phil has come out and said certain things when it came to business wise. We know that like Starfield and these other games that's going to be coming through will be exclusive to Xbox. But with this partnership is the only thing that's holding it back. And if Sony says, look, I mean, I'm sorry, not Sony, but if Disney says, look, you can do what you want to, we could do, you know what I'm saying, negotiation is this way, that way, blah, 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 make it exclusive for this period of time, or however you want to do it. If it becomes exclusive, then what you have now coming down the line is Fable, is Hellblade, you got Starfield. It looks like from all indications that there looks like the Skyrim game is going to be exclusive. You have the Forces. You got Halo. You're going to have another Gears that's going to come down. That's 7 right there. Then if you would have Indiana Jones plus all of these other games that's going to be coming, that we don't even know about yet. We eating. We eating. All Xbox fans are going to be eating and eating well. If this game is not an exclusive, we're still going to be eating well because if you have just like me and just like the majority of other, well, I can't say the majority, but that has jumped in on Game Pass, it is the winning ticket. You can't go wrong because you're still going to support the game because you're still paying for the service. Don't let people try to get you into this mode of talking about, oh well, you don't buy your games. You don't want to buy your games. We're paying people are paying monthly or they're paying yearly for this service. Or I think it's what, 3 months, whatever. Like I said, I pay mine yearly, so I'm good. Um, but for those who pay, you're paying into the service. You're doing what Microsoft, loves for you to do. Because what's really it's benefiting not only Microsoft, but it's benefiting the developers as well. Because it's not like going to GameStop and going buying a hard copy, and you're going to go spend $40 for a half-ass new used game, and none of that money goes to the developers. All of the money is going to go to the developers. Game Pass is genius. PlayStation saw what was going on, but the one thing that they did was they got greedy. When they came out with that beta back in 2015 or whenever, I was looking at it and I'm like, man, it there's a lot of lag and you're charging crazy prices. I remember they had Final Fantasy 13 on there. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. This service, I'm digging it. But when you see that, well, you can rent it for $9 for, I think, what was it, 48 hours or 24 hours or something like that, or you can buy the game for like this astronomical price. I think it was like 65 bucks or something like that. It was crazy amounts of money. And I'm like, that I can go to GameStop and get this game for 10 bucks. Buy it and own. That's what I'm talking about. This is why this is so great for Microsoft right now. And just the fact, not it doesn't even matter if this game is exclusive or not. The icing on the cake will be that it's exclusive. That would be great. But that will add on to the fanboy wars. At this point, as long as we get these games, I talked about this on Fight Night, was that, look, I'm looking at Strife. I'm looking at Guilty Gear Strife. Don't think the Guilty Gear is going to come to Xbox. That's unfortunate. Me and Core was playing Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. It's on everything but Xbox. Those are the things that I'm tired of. Those are the things that I'm tired of seeing, is those games going everywhere else and not being on Xbox. This is not the case. this is a positive. This is going in the right direction. These things weren't happening on the OG Xbox. These things weren't happening on the 360, especially the 360. You wanted to play Japanese games. You wanted to play a little bit of any and everything. It was on the 360. That's where Xbox needs to be, is in that same lane. Doesn't matter if you're a Japanese gamer fan or enthusiast, if you're just all about Western RPGs, if you're about fighters, if you're about shooters only, if you're about puzzle games, if you're about nothing but just free online games. Everything should be available for the console. Everything. Everything. If it's on PC and you're connected to the PC, it should be on the Xbox. That's how I feel about it. Not that that's just me being honest about it. What's going on, Lou? He said KMEGA's gameplay coming at you with a twisted T with a twisted T to the face. Xbot videos like juice box. You silly. You silly. Yeah, I know. I got to get my gameplay ready so I can put it, so we could get up, put it on a next podcast, so I can go ahead and dust out Pred and Xbot. I need to go ahead and get those games ready. But I get so caught up into Dragon Age Inquisition. Man, that's my new jam right now. After I got finished beating Cyberpunk, I was like, oh, I'm finna jump on Valhalla. I had a wild hair and said, man, I have not played this game, and so I just jumped on Inquisition, and man, it's got me hyped for the new one that's coming out. But anyway, um, just my last points on this is that I think overall, when we look at this, does Xbox want to play hardball like Sony does? To an extent, I hope so, but not to the way Sony does it. Not saying what Sony does is wrong, it's just business. That's what they did with Spider-Man and what they did with Avengers. With Spider-Man, I think it's crummy, it's garbage, but it's business. You can't get mad at that. They own they own part of the property. And that is exactly what happened. Like, if you just look at the 1-year exclusive deals that Sony is doing with the Final Fantasies. That Final Fantasy VII sold a ton of PlayStation 4s. So if Xbox is wanting to play this game, which I think that they should, this would sell consoles. Yeah, there's a whole generation of younger people and kids that don't know who Indiana Jones is, but that's why Disney's here to introduce it. Now that's another reason why I'm still kind of skeptical about it. It might just be exclusive to Xbox because they want to get everybody familiar with Indiana Jones, so they can do it so they can get people to get with their subscription and everything else. But also, you can look at a couple of things too. Now, I don't know. I haven't been on my PlayStation in a little while. But if anybody could tell me, I haven't seen any type of 3-month deals with Disney Plus and PSN. Now, like I said, I haven't been on in a while. When I bought the last time was when I played Miles Morales. And so I haven't been on my PlayStation in a little bit. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know that we can look on an Xbox and we still have that to where you can get that deal with Disney Plus for 3 months if you got Game Pass. That right there could mean something. Xbox is doing all types of different. They're so confident about what they're doing, and while there's so many people still saying the same old narratives and thinking that the things are going to still say the same, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Uh-oh. I'm not letting nobody call me. Man, what you doing? Anyway, let's go ahead and play this. Let's look at this. Let's look at this for a hot second. Let me hit that. Let's hit that. Look at that little 30-second clip. Let's look at that. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, too, is that I would see my boy Op. He was hoping that this would be a third person. I don't care if it's third person or if it's first person. Just because of the mere fact, because if I didn't play Cyberpunk and know how that worked, I would have been a little bit different about it. It would have been different for me because I would agree with Op. But the way that I've seen it, and I've seen some people put Cyberpunk, do some mods and put Cyberpunk in third person, and it looks horrible. It looks horrible. The game is absolutely made for first person. So, for me, how I look at it is however that they want to do it, however that they want to make it work. I know that that Todd's going to be doing some of the writing on the game. He's jumping on this. I know people are still worried about. Well, I thought he was doing this for Starfield. Now, this could also be another indication too that Starfield could be already ready. If he's jumping off of Starfield and he's going on to this game, Starfield could already be done with their story aspect. And the only thing they need to do is do what they need, have the devs do everything else within the game. So that should tell you right there if that Starfield could be coming to Xbox a lot sooner than what a lot of people think. I don't think this year. I know there's a lot of speculation about that's supposed to be coming this year, but no, I think it's definitely coming. Uh, in the 2022 is a real is a real probability. I can't talk. Probability. I think that's it. I think I said that right. Let me be country. But I think I think that's I think that's that's really a possibility. I don't think it's coming out this year because Halo is going to take. And if the Forza Horizon rumor is true, which because Motorsport is not coming this year, so you'll have and then whatever else that Xbox is going to have coming out this year, it's going to be fine. You know what I'm saying? You already got Medium, Scorn's coming. There's going to be some other surprises that I'm hearing. And then, of course, you're going to have Halo, and then you have, I think Everwild is going to be coming as well this year too. So there's a lot of things that's in line for 2021 that we don't know about. But if you got Starfield coming in 2022, then you have maybe the potential of um, Hellblade Hellblade 2 coming next year, and Fable maybe coming out next year as that last title or somewhere around there. I don't know. All I know is that there's games lined up for the next couple of years. I see that people make jokes and say, "Oh, you got to wait 3 or 4 or 5 years." No, no, it's just right around the corner. Medium is just right around the corner. But I forgot, that's not to them a AAA exclusive banger. Okay, all right. Y'all enjoy that while Ratchet and Clank is around the corner. I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, regardless of that, um, I'm excited about this. I think everything is going to be cool. I think it's going to be. We just need to. The hype level should not be toned down. That's all I got to say about this. The hype level should not be toned down. People should be excited. And listen, yes, I know that we want this to be an exclusive, but it's not. It's not the end of the world because we're still going to be doing. It's still going to be well for the Xbox gamer because of the fact Game Pass. It will be with Game Pass, and if it's a good time. It's a good time. The Series X is an awesome console. I love this thing. Let me get off of this because I had this on my. Let me get off of this thing. Let me get out of here. Yeah, I was on. So yeah, no, I love my X. I love this Series X. I definitely will give me a PlayStation 5 here a little bit later. But the thing of it is for me is I I mean I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time gaming on this console. I can't go back. I can't go back. I still got my Xbox One X, but I can't go back. Them load times alone and quick resume was something I wasn't even really thinking about. Like it's game changers. The speed and quick resume are crazy game changers. And then when you add the auto HDR, especially like when I'm playing Dragon Age Inquisition and how good that game looks and just I mean, I don't know, man. It's just dope. It's just dope. It's just dope. And yeah, I own the game. I don't know why it does that EA Play thing. I probably have to uninstall it and let it reinstall because I own it. But whatever the case may be, I don't care. But all right, guys. I'm about to get out of here. I think I really appreciate you coming by. Again, I will definitely be doing more videos. But get ready for GRG this Friday. I got Clowns and I got Dirt Diggity coming. So get ready for that. I will probably stream tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming some Halo. No, because tomorrow, Wednesday night, we'll be playing some Halo. I don't know. I might play some COD tonight or something like that. But come and check me out. Uh, Got to get to my news. Yeah. My news is my shows is on and everything. And I know that that there's other podcasts and stuff that's going to be going on real soon. So everybody have a good one. Thank you for coming by and stopping by, man. I'll see you guys Friday night or later on tonight. Thank you. Have a good one. Peace.